we saw you at the draft with Barry, and both played for the same team. Both always get compared as two guys who went out on top very early. Do you guys talk about that? Do you guys ever get a laugh about that? That you're like the two Detroit Lions whose career ended. A lot of people think in their prime.
I mean, I see Barry so much now. I mean, those are conversations like when we first started talking to each other. Now I mean, we talk about when we go play golf.
Who has the upper hand on the golf course?
Oh, I do for sure.
How
Ain't
is
like I'll see
is
it.
your golf game good? You see a lot of pro athletes try to go on, try to play on the pro tour, or you're too young to be on the senior tour, but it's someday ever
I mean,
something you'd
you
consider?
know what? If I was able to, if I had the time to put the level of work that I did when I played football, I think I would be able to get there because I love the game. I can hit, I hit more than my share of shots every time I go out. And it's like, you know what? That's like the pros do. But it takes the time. It takes consistent time. And I'm married. I got family. I got business now. I don't have the time.
What was it like last week? Being one of the faces of the draft, kicking off the draft with Eminem, Barry Sanders in front of your Detroit crowd. Was it pretty cool?
Yeah, man. I had no idea. I had expectations because I went to Kansas City the year before being a part of the Detroit draft commission. And seeing that, I'm like, wow, this is amazing how they was going to build this stage in the middle of town, and hundreds of thousands of people are going to flow in. And being able to see Kansas City, I'm like, okay, this is going to be cool. But knowing Detroit, knowing where Detroit was, in its rebuild effort over the last, I mean, I've been in Detroit 17 years now, and seeing where it was, where it has come to, I was just excited for people to come to Detroit. But being on stage, obviously, with that crew, with that cast of folks, man, the craziest thing was looking out and just seeing a sea of people and seeing 275,000 people right then and there. And honestly, I didn't know where I was in Detroit. I'm around Detroit. I couldn't tell where I was in Detroit just because it was just that many people that skirting the landscape. But no, it was an awesome event. I feel like Detroit probably got an A on the report card.
You're up on stage with Eminem, Barry Sanders, Roger Goodell's getting booed. Who's the biggest star in Detroit these days? Is it Megatron? Is it Barry? Is it M?
Oh, that's M, man. Eminem for sure. Everybody loves him. M is that mysterious superstar, man. He keeps quiet. I see him all the time. He's mad cool. Gotta love the guy, man. He seems like a very humble cat.
And he is a big Detroit Lions fan.
Oh yeah, yeah. He loves his Detroit sports, especially the Lions.
Speaking of the Lions, they just locked up Amon St. Brown, 4 years, 120 million extension. I'm sure you wish that money was there when you were playing. Worth it. He had a huge year, and it looks like him and Jared have something special.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's the going rate right now. So you got to lock down your top talent. After the year that they had last year, I mean, everybody will be looking. Why didn't you? If the season came around and things didn't go the way they were supposed to, and he wasn't a part of it.
When you look around the game, we'll take the Lions out of it, and Amron out of it. Who is your guy? Is there a receiver you look at, watch play right now, and impresses you? Is there somebody that you see maybe yourself in? You were such a freak player, but
Not necessarily. I don't. I mean, I watch, but I really just watch the Lions and maybe whoever's playing on the TV. I mean, even though my brother-in-law has we can watch all the games, but it's just it's too much football. But no, who's that guy out there that I mean, nobody's. I mean, it's really not anybody just because I was built different. Man, I was 6'5", I was 240. Nobody really built like that right now out there. But there's guys that definitely can go up and make plays on balls. There's guys that are durable that can play, for the majority of the season and just be reliable, be Mr. Consistent. So there are those guys out there for different teams. You got your who's that guy? I think about Justin Jefferson. Because I see him a lot being up here in the north and us going against them. But there's tons of guys all around.